Our next contestant, can I please invite Dr. Pongkarn, and her talk will be on Catalyst, a matchmaker of the reaction world. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, then you're very ready. So now the stage is yours.
All right. Catalyst is not consumed in a chemical reaction, but it speeds up the reaction by reducing the free energy required to reach the transient states of reaction. What does that even mean, right? So let me explain it using an analogy. How about this? Have you ever played a role of a matchmaker? No? Yeah? It's very simple. Basically, you bring in two single individuals that you know would totally make the cutest couple, introduce them to each other in a scenario where they could be themselves, and if your calculation is correct, chemistry will work its magic, and soon they will fall head over heels and then leave you alone. Catalysts work exactly in the same manner. It creates a scenario where the chemical reactants would come together with the least amount of effort, and that leads to a chemical reaction. A good catalyst is like an overachiever matchmaker who want to match as many couples as possible, but as a rule, you can only match one couple per time. Therefore, you want to spend the least amount of time per couple to make them fall in love, and then you can move on to the next one. What makes good catalysts is really how it interacts with the chemical reactants. The Sabatier principle states that a good catalyst should not bind the intermediate too strongly, nor too weakly. What it means, really, is that the two friends of yours must like you enough so that they want to hang out with you, and then getting to know the sexy stranger you're trying to introduce them to. But they cannot like you too much, because then they end up never want to leave you. And that is catalyst poisoning, which is really bad. The most iconic matchmaking session in the history of chemical reaction is the reaction between nitrogen and hydrogen over an iron catalyst. It was like a miracle that nitrogen, who's always so indifferent about any other gases because of her triple bond, would become interested in hydrogen. But with iron catalyst, she ended up swiping right on hydrogen, and together they make the most beautiful couple, which is ammonia, the key ingredients of fertilizer. It was the first time in human history that we can make fertilizer out of thin air on industrial scale, which means that it leads to the agricultural revolution, an explosion of human population, because without ability to make ammonia, we would not be able to grow enough food to feed any one of us. So as a chemist, my goal is to make the most active catalyst ever by first coming up with a way to make a couple fall in love in a very efficient manner, and second is to hire as many matchmakers as possible. So as a team, we can make everyone fall in love in the shortest amount of time, which means we achieve a high rates of reaction. So it's like creating a Tinder for the reaction world. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pongkarn. I believe we also have another love Pongkarn. We also have another love expert here with us today. So then, the judges. Any other comments?
I was wondering about the catalyst poisoning, which is something new to me. That was like, if you have too much catalyst in the process, and it can...
So when the catalyst react too strongly with the intermediate, it would stick to the catalyst, which means it would not be able to do more catalysis process. So that catalyst site is dead. So catalyst poisoning is very undesirable, and that is a problem for all catalysts that we use now today.
And you have a way to protect that, to prevent
it
from
happening? So by
happening?
designing a surface such that the products would leave right away. So that's one way of the bottoms up. But another way that people usually use is to regenerate the catalyst by either burning things off the catalyst, and then you can reuse the catalyst again. But that is very energy intensive.
And it's something that we can do at the moment, right?
That's what we do. Yeah, usually we burn it off.
Other comments from the judges? All right, then. I guess that's it from the judge panel this time. Thank you very much.